Of the four fundamental forces, gravity is responsible for the most human deaths.
The teeth is the only body part you get a practice run of.
Light is both invisible and visible.
We're born with the instincts of a hunter-gatherer but are compelled to live in a completely different world.
The only difference between a collector and a hoarder is a theme.
Dogs must be sad that we never licked them.
The inside of a Mandalorian's helmet must smell terrible.
Paying for life coaches who end up scamming you must be the most ironic life lesson ever.
Peter Pan doesn't realize those frequent visits to Earth are going to add up one day.
When you choke on water, you've failed at breathing and drinking, the two most important activities in your life.
Rush hour is the slowest of hours.
Bluey isn't really a kid's show. It's a kid-friendly parenting guide.
The quickest way to a woman's heart is to be a handyman.
Since cooking is an art form, following a recipe is comparable to paint by numbers.
Putting a potted plant in a wooden house is effectively the same as putting a human in a flesh house.
Cleaning our shared room with our sibling was our first experience of group projects where one person doesn't equally contribute.
History is the longest running game of telephone.
Trains are unexpectedly having a bad 2023.
When you see a famous photo or painting of a historical person, you're also seeing a display of their hairdresser's work.
The irony in going bald is that at some point you both wish you had hair and also just had none.
Search engines are the only websites designed to get users to leave as quick as possible.
The guy who replaced Paul McCartney after the car crash was also a damn fine musician.
It might actually be a protective factor for cam girls and the like to use filters because it helps protect their identity.
Our bodies have healing powers. It's just very slow.
Nearly all pets are involuntarily celibate.
Wario is the OG ugly bastard.
There's nothing more judgmental than your phone's alarm clock telling you how long until it goes off. I'm Bob Jeffy.
And I'm Lorelei Stewart. Thanks for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more shower thoughts. Bye for now.
Hey listeners, tired of all the doom and gloom on the news? Then check out the Get Happy Headlines podcast by my friends, Stella and Mickey. It's a podcast dedicated to bringing you family-friendly, uplifting stories from around the world. Give it a listen, I know you will like it. Search for Get Happy Headlines in your podcast player or check out the show notes page for the link. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.